What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving? Book entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and Create Space. Link will be in the description box below, as usual. Um, this one's entitled Can Black Men Buy Black Women's Love Back? Um, just a question, because I'm thinking about it in this sense. When you hear women online talk about the issues with black men in the community, for the most part, it involves money. The amenities of having money. And in some ways, it makes sense. Black women aren't comfortable, so they got an attitude, right? Now, the thing about it with guys is the question is money is more important than character, obviously, right? Because whether you're a guy who has money from positive things in life, or you're a man who got your money from doing negative things in life, the women love you the same because the attraction is to the money. So I think for guys, there's a problem with that because it's kind of weird to say, you do good for a living, but it's not the good that you do, it's the money you got from the good that I love about you. Or you do bad for a living, and I'm not upset about the bad that you do for a living because I'm in love with the money that you made from it, right? So it's that character issue I think that guys have an issue with. But the question still is posed. Can we buy back their love? Not saying we want to, I'm just asking. Because it's obvious that their love for American amenities means people are on the fence. Whether whether you like to say it or not, it's a business transaction. If they can find a better deal, they'll move to the better deal, whether it's in their best interest or not. The deal is what's most important, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Because if it wasn't, then I think people would be getting along better. You know, if guys had, hypothetically speaking, the money to do things that you liked to do or entertain you, would you be in love again? Now, the weird part about it is, let's ask the real questions now. How much money is enough? How much money does a guy have to buy your love back, right? And what are the things that he needs to do with this amount of money that enable you to enjoy giving him love? Like real talk, like how many dates does it cost? How many trips does it cost? How many times does he have to get your hair and nails done for it to be enough? Like, how many times does he have to buy you gifts, and how expensive do these gifts have to be? And how often does he have to take you shopping? Like, because the irony of it is, yeah, it's prostitution, but whatever. You're gonna skip past that, right? Because I ain't really talking about the trade of sex for money. What I'm talking about is because people are gonna say they're not doing prostitution, but you pimping love for money. Just what's going on. So let's really ask how much for the services. Like, what do these guys have to do? What kind of if he does he have to have a house? Okay, or does he have to have an apartment, a townhouse, or a house? Now, what kind of apartment? What kind of townhouse? What kind of house for you to be happy enough to give him love, right? Does he have to have uh, a career, a high-paying job, or a business? And how much is this? How much money does he have to make on this business? And if in beyond how much money does he have to make, how much of that money does he have to spend on you specifically to purchase your love back? Because I mean, this is what it looked like. That's what it takes, right? So sometimes let's put a number to it, and sometimes you gotta. Some people value themselves or more valuable than others, right? So, and sorry about that. And on top of that, what exactly, what type of love are people buying? Like, if you come up with a number, if you can match everything, the questions I've asked, what is he buying? Like, is he buying your loyalty, respect, um, fidelity? Um, is he buying your body? Like, is he um, buying you as a mother, uh, or is he buying you as a wife, or just a baby mama, or just a say? Like, what is he actually buying? You get what I'm saying? If he can buy it back, right? Now on the flip side, let's change this a little bit. Because normally, if a person's in a position where if this is the case, if you gotta buy somebody, you're not gonna have respect for them. Because if they didn't like you when you were down, you're not gonna like them when you're up because they never liked you. So that's gotta be said. But when the respect and love that people have for other people is normally centered around whether they're black or non-black, the fact that these guys have more money or they spend more money. So I think the problem along the way with guys is it seems futile because the rich guys aren't getting what they put in. The middle class guys aren't getting what they put in. And the poor guys are probably getting more than what they put in. So practically, when it actually works out in life, it it makes guys in a higher position reluctant to buy back your love because it's on clearance for the poor guy, but it's high end for the middle class guy, and the rich guy. It's a crapshoot. One dude could get it for free for the opportunity of making that a lifestyle, and one dude is going to be paying to play. So it's no consistency. But with the black guy, I mean, there is no um, There's no number. There's no real. Everything is vague. Everything is, well, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this, but there's no there's no saying, okay, there's no enough. There's no, okay, you've done enough to get X, Y, Z. There's never that, right? And and there's nobody who wants to admit that, okay, if he could buy back, black men could buy back black women's love, how much would it cost? And what would they get? Well, what would we get for it? You know, nah. To me, just it's the question. Y'all tell me the answer.